we're gonna go into how to download Anaconda because that's the first step to learning some machine learning fundamentals. Because Trinket is very limited in its capabilities of machine learning. So, for example, if we go to Trinket, remember how we talked about packages last class? Well, as you can see, Trinket only supports a certain. I think I showed it to you guys the other day. Where was it? But it was somewhere. I showed you guys there was a list of packages that Trinket supports, but you can't download any packages. And so in this tutorial, I'll be going over how to how to um, download Anaconda and then install some packages in Python. Okay, so you go to Anaconda. So I expect you guys to have a computer because today's lesson involves you guys downloading the Anaconda software. So if you guys could take out your computers if you don't have them out already, that'd be great because that's what the lesson facilitates today. So if you just type in Anaconda on Google, then click the first link. So Anaconda, the world's most popular data science platform. Okay, so this is it's kind of like the haven for data science. This is a very popular text editing software. It's almost like Atom. So if you see Atom is also very similar. Um, it's an application that basically runs all types of languages like JavaScript and Java. So it's very, very popular. But Anaconda is specifically designed for Python. So if you have Atom and you know how to use it, that's great. But I prefer using Anaconda because it has very nice packages and integrations in Python. So we go to the very bottom. Go to if it loads here, right? You go to products, okay, and in products go to individual edition, okay, and then click download. And then once you click download, it'll take you all the way to the bottom, and it'll give you some options depending on what your browser is. So sorry, not browser. So now it'll tell you can choose between 64 or 32-bit. I personally recommend 64-bit installer, and so if you have Mac or Linux, you should download for each of them. So just click whichever one pertains to your this, and then you click save. And then it'll take some time to download the application. It's a very large package, so it's a very large file, so it'll take some time. But essentially, what you can do with Anaconda is you can run multiple softwares in Anaconda, like Jupyter Notebook and Spider, which are both they're both environments where you can type in Python code, just like how we did in Trinket. It'll show stuff in the output just like it does in Trinket. So yeah, this might take some while to download. Do you guys have any questions in the meantime about how to get to here?
No.
Okay. So I hope you guys are all doing this. It's a
Someone
very
has a
big
question.
file, so it'll take some time. Sorry? Who has a question?
Yeah, two people in the chat have a question.
Oh yeah, who has a question? Oh, sorry, you guys didn't join in time. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll share my screen again.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you post the link in the chat because I can't find the website?
You can't find the website? Okay, I'll show you guys how to go to it again. So we go to Anaconda. It's the first search term that shows up right here. It's just this. You click on that. and then you go to Products, Individual Edition. Click on that. Okay, and then you go down, and then it'll say Download right over here. So you click Download, and then it'll take you to and you choose one of the three, depending on your system. And you download 64-bit.
All right, thanks.
So now the package is So I'll wait for you guys to be on the same page so that I don't rush ahead of anybody. So I'll wait another like 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure everybody has this package downloaded.
Wait, sorry.
Yeah. If anybody, yeah.
No, you can talk.
Okay. Cool. So does anybody still need some time before I go to? So everybody's
Wait,
finished
so
then?
after you go on products, then what do you do?
Okay, so you go to products, and then it says individual edition, and then team edition, right? You see that? You click individual edition. It says open source distribution. So you hover over your cursor over it. You click on it, and then it'll say your data science toolkit, right? Scroll all the way down, and then it'll say Anaconda installers. Then you choose one of the three, depending on your system. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, and what was that Jupyter thing you were talking about last class?
That's exactly what we're going to get into. That's the software we use to write Python code in. So I showed you guys Trinket, right? This is a more sophisticated way of doing it. You guys can see my screen, right? So here, these are the different types of these are the different types of environments that are in Python. So as you can see, these are all packages. Don't worry about this, but this is essentially the platform we're going to be running our code in. So you can use Jupyter or Spider, one of the two, but Jupyter is actually a better interface. And then TensorFlow, as you can see here, it says build machine learning models. Here, a TensorFlow is used for machine learning. Okay, a lot of so Pandas is a good. So let's just say you have a file you have a file, and let's just say you want to extract this file somehow. Let's just assume. Okay, let's just go to downloads. Okay, let's just say I have a import it into Python. You can actually import data sets into Python from your file, which is really cool. So instead of having to create a new Python data, so we can go over pandas and Python data frames once we get into machine learning unit. So even after we do some data extraction, because of course we need some data to perform data analysis, right? So to do that, we can create these things called data frames, which are essentially like tables. So I'll show you guys a quick example. Oh yeah, I don't even have my stylus right now. Where's my stylus? It's okay. Okay. Can I draw? Shoot. Hold on one second. I really wanted to show you guys some loot. It's being taken from me. That's fine. So
You're breaking up
how
sometimes.
do I even draw? I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can. Okay, cool. So everybody can hear me, right? So this is essentially how data frames look like. and I'm not using my stylus, so it's gonna be I'm drawing using my hand, so it's gonna be a bit messy, but bear with me. So you know how we have like tables in real life, we usually have like tables that look something like this. So we'll have like these columns, okay, and then we'll have rows, a certain number of rows and a certain number of columns, and then let's just say that we call the first column name. Oh my goodness, and then age, and then G for gender, I think, and then um, I think race or something. This is like patient data example, and then maybe you can have like T for tumor. I don't know, or maybe like have like D for disease, and then like N for no disease or something like that. So basically, you'll have these you'll have these rows and a certain number of columns, right? And when you do data analysis, right, and machine learning, you're gonna have all these variables, and so we store these variables as columns, okay, and we use these columns to try to predict some variable in the as an output. So let's just say that we this is so let's just say we create a data frame in which each column represents a certain thing, like just like this. So let's just say, what if we wanted to predict whether somebody has disease based on their age, their gender, and their race? Let's see if somebody is susceptible to a disease. Just forget about this column. So that's what basically, essentially, what machine learning is. Machine learning is trying to predict something that your data set cannot tell you readily. So when you're trying to interpret like two or more columns, it's going to be hard. So if you look at if somebody in their age 13, gender is male, and race is, let's just say, B for Black or African American, these things don't readily tell you if somebody has a disease or not. But machine learning algorithms can take all these parameters and do advanced analysis, and as a result, the output of machine learning is something called a classification. So it'll classify something. It'll take all these variables or parameters, and the result is something called a classification. Okay, and this can be a binary classification. Binary classification means there are two outputs, usually a 0 or 1. 0 can represent one thing, and 1 can represent another thing. So let's just say 0 represents disease. No, sorry, no disease. No disease. Oh my goodness. And then 1 represents disease. All right. It can also be it can be multiple classifications. So it can be like um so it can be unknown, existent, non-existent, or something like that. So basically, you're asking the machine learning model to predict something based on the data you have. So you're given all this data, and you're telling the model, hey, what can you predict what the outcome will be out of all this? Does the person have a disease or not? Given all these parameters. So these are called parameters, and these are called they're called outcomes. Classification outcomes, and you're essentially telling the machine to predict this classification outcome. So that's basically machine learning in a nutshell, and you can train the model a certain number of iterations, which we will get into. If you don't completely understand what I'm saying, that's perfectly fine, because we'll get into how to do those things. So I assume everybody's downloaded the package by now. Okay, so you guys, it should be showing up in your at the bottom of your downloads. If you can't see the file right here, just let me know. So it should be here.
I can't see it.
You can't see it? Well, if you downloaded it, it should be over here.
Well, like I opened it and then it's like came to this account page and I didn't know what to do, so I just deleted the
Oh,
account.
so you actually clicked this download.
Yeah, I clicked
Okay.
open.
Okay. So here, let's click it, and let's see what it says. It says welcome. So it just wants you to set it up. So click next. Okay, I agree. Install just for me, and then it'll ask you to choose an install location. Just, I guess, choose a default installation. Okay,
That's
and just install. So once you install, it should. Okay, so hopefully it's installing for everybody. Yeah.
I'm on the create an account page, the one that you go to after you pick the individual edition. But do
Right.
I like create an account?
I don't actually think it requires you to create an account. I think you're doing something wrong. Did you click download and then you went to the very bottom?
yeah,
And
it's
then
saying
Yes.
create an account as well.
oh, it does. So you click download, and then
After like downloads and everything, it takes us to
so
this
you're saying
page.
after I install, it's gonna ask me for my account information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. I mean, I uninstalled Anaconda just for the tutorial, just to show you guys how to do it. So I think it's been a while since I've used Anaconda. I used it for a project, but yeah. So I highly explore you guys to check out you know, some more like advanced tutorials about Python on your own time. Okay. Hopefully, I've sparked some sort of interest with this, and I'll go more into depth about how you can use pandas to get some data frames. And there's actually the good thing about Python is there's actually a ton of example data that you can extract. So once you download the right packages, you don't even need to start looking on the internet for some packages. Sorry, for example data. Python has a lot of default example data that you can extract, and then you can perform all sorts of analysis depending on what you want. So just really quickly, these are if you look over here, there's like some of the interesting things you can do with Anaconda, and I do encourage you guys to check it out on your own time. So essentially, the Anaconda Navigator is going to look something like this. So you can launch any of the following. You can use PyCharm, Jupyter Notebook, Spider, and these are all like these are all apps you can run. As you can see right here, RStudio is also one of them, which is what I'm using right now. And that's for a particular language called R. I might do an R data science course because that's more of my strong suit. Okay. Okay, so oh, it's taking a while to download. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so just to quickly recap, does everybody understand what data frames are in Python? And this is kind of the format it's going to be in. All these parameters, so we call them parameters or variables. We use them interchangeably, but basically the parameters are just the column names. So let's just say that let's just say given like a bunch of parameters like hey, let's the shape of the cell is like, so cell shape, cell area, cell perimeter, uh, or something like that, and then nucleus area, and then try to predict if that cell is diseased or not diseased.
Um,
Okay. Hello. Yeah.
um, in Discord, there's a notification coming that someone's waiting to be joined for 10 minutes.
If they wanted to join, they can. I don't know. I don't know. Is that it? Okay. Now it's okay. Oh, is that him? Is that the person that wanted to join? I don't know why it's not
Yeah.
working. It's them. Okay. For the person who just joined, I'm sorry. Uh, right now we're just trying to download something called Anaconda. Okay. So just to quickly recap, you just go to Anaconda. Go to Anaconda. So just type in Anaconda on Google. and then just it'll go click on downloads, and then you can just download one of the three depending on your interface. So once you click download and just run the installer. Okay, so now for me it's saying installation is complete. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for everybody to get to this point. Once we get to this point, then we'll move on. Has everybody gotten to the installation complete point, or do we need some more time?
I've gotten to it.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know if you haven't.
Also, I've created an account, and then it takes me to this thing called my Anaconda landscape, where it says
Yeah, could you? Yeah, okay. So I'll get to your problem in just a second. Could you just hold on while I'm gonna just wait for everybody else to catch up. That's why. Yeah, I should have told you. You should don't go too far, because then if you keep going farther, I can't catch up with you. So I'm assuming that everybody's done with the installation. So I'm just gonna click next, then initialize.
I need more time.
Okay, we're not too far ahead, so okay, so now it says create an account. All right. So once you guys finish downloading, just create an account. Actually, it didn't even make me do these things when I first downloaded Anaconda, so this is really new. It's open source, right? So once you get to this point, just like put in your information. Oh my goodness, traffic lights. Okay, so now I signed up. Oh my goodness, so much has changed since I first got it. Okay, guys, you've created Anaconda Cloud, right? It says My Anaconda Landscape. Now, if you check on your computer, it will say Anaconda Navigator. Okay, so I'll just wait for that to show up. Okay, so if somebody still needs to catch up, then just let me know.
My computer doesn't have that.
Doesn't have what? You got to My Anaconda Landscape, right? But you said you deleted it.
No, I didn't delete it. It's just that my computer can't say the Anaconda thing on the side because I have a Chromebook and it does not work like that.
Wait, they don't? I thought it's all Windows, so it should be operating the same.
And mine's like going up.
Oh, you mean it's...
And it doesn't have any of that.
Sorry, somebody else is speaking?
We don't have to create an account, actually. We just have to do what you did and created
Yeah, actually, we don't even need to create an account, because once you finish the installation, it will just automatically show up on here. So, okay, yeah, for the one who has a Chromebook, if you just go to your start, or wherever it's located, it should be in your apps. So if you I don't know how you get to that, but if you have a place where your apps are, just like navigate that, and so you should see three things. You should see Anaconda PowerShell, Anaconda Navigator, and Jupyter Notebook.
Yeah, it's not like that though.
Is anybody else getting that same problem?
No, I got 3 different things though. Except I still have the navigator though. I have Spider.
So do you still have PowerShell and Navigator?
I don't know if about PowerShell or I have Navigator though. That's what I have.
Okay, so I think we're all on the same page then, except you. I don't. How does it work with Chromebook? I mean, so I don't know how to. I think it should work the same, right? Just find out where all your apps are located, and then you can just scroll through them, right?
Yeah, I can see my apps, but it's not on there.
So go to where it says Anaconda A, right? So since A is it arranged alphabetically, just like mine is? So it might be up here.
It's not on there.
If you look here, what the thing is, it'll say Anaconda 3. It's maybe a folder. So it says here.
On my
Yeah,
file?
no, it's not gonna be in your files. So just go to your apps, right? But then you go if it's sorted alphabetically, you go by A, and then just go to Anaconda 3. Can you find the one that says Anaconda 3? And then
No,
go.
nothing says Anaconda.
Maybe you should try re-downloading the thing. And if you still have the same problem, then just let me know, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I think we're all on the same page here, are we? So is it just me, or does everybody have like an Anaconda 3 64-bit file,
Yeah, I have Anaconda.
which includes the Jupyter Notebook, the PowerShell prompt, the
Yeah.
Navigator? So everybody has that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it.
So
Actually,
yeah.
aren't we supposed to like do it separately? Because on my screen it shows different things that we can launch, like a Jupyter Notebook, Qt console, and stuff like that.
Do you mean when we were first trying to download it, like right here? Oh no, we
No,
don't download it
because
separately.
if
You
I can
mean
like turn my camera on and like do back camera
yeah,
and
you can show me. I can quickly stop sharing my screen. You can show me.
okay. So
Just pin your screen so that everybody can see.
I'm on a different device.
Oh,
This
uh,
thing.
I'm on that page too. Yeah, you just have to wait for instructions and then that's it. You have to wait for instructions until
So
Prahlad.
are we
Yeah.
supposed to launch the notebook?
No, we're not supposed to launch
yeah,
anything.
I'm getting to that in just as. Oh shoot, wrong
Yeah,
Chrome.
don't go on ahead. You just wait for
Yeah,
it.
it's okay. So once you've downloaded the whole thing, so once you've clicked download and then you've downloaded Anaconda installer and then run the installer, it should show up as a file. Okay. So so basically, just open Jupyter Notebook. Okay, and then it should just show up. I think because I think I didn't I had Jupyter Notebook, but I didn't delete it. That's the problem. So how to actually get to Jupyter Notebook? If you guys, does it show Jupyter Notebook for you guys, or is it just me?
There's Jupyter Notebook for me.
Okay, so it shows. Okay, so they made the process easier because previously you would actually have to go to Anaconda PowerShell and then just put, and then you would have to put like you would have to put you would have to manually type in Jupyter Notebook, and then it would pop up. But those are two ways of doing it. So you could do this, and then oh yeah, I had a password, so yeah. So those are the two ways of doing it. So you can either open up PowerShell prompt and then type in Jupyter Notebook with the space, all lowercase, or you could just if you guys already have the Jupyter Notebook right here, you can just do that. And so does everybody have Jupyter Notebook? So it should look something like this with your files. Okay, it'll show all your files over here. And if you've done, if yeah, it'll show all the files and all the folders that you have in your computer. So is everybody on Jupyter Notebook?
I need to still get on.
Okay.
Could I share my screen just to show you too?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll stop sharing my screen.
Here. Share button's not really working. Wait, the share button isn't working.
If you go to Google Hangouts, it should show present now, and then I should be able to see your screen.
Then I share my entire screen.
Yes.
Yeah, but it says cancel and share. The share button, it's like just grayed out.
Oh.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah, I'm painting your screen now. If you share, maybe it'll present now. Is it not showing up still?
No, here. Maybe I'm supposed to do.
It's
Okay, but
showing.
does everybody else have Jupyter Notebook ready?
Yes, I have mine ready, and I'm same issue as
not working.
got.
I just want to make sure that everybody is ready with Jupyter Notebook.
Wait, how do you install it again?
Install Jupyter Notebook. Sorry, Anaconda. So basically, I think I have you guys confused. Anaconda is like an entire Anaconda is an entire interface that includes the following apps. So it'll include something like it'll include Jupyter Notebook, and it'll include all the following. So you can go to Anaconda Navigator, and then it will show you all the apps available and which apps you can still download.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
My Anaconda just finished loading, and I kind of forgot the steps on how to go to the Anaconda.
Once it's finished downloading, you click on the file, and then the installer should start running. So find out where you downloaded it. Physically click on that file, and then it should start running.
So
Yeah, Anaconda Navigator should look something like this. So you can launch the following apps. So Spider it's for it's also another Python environment, similar to Jupyter Notebook.
Mm-hmm. So
And RStudio is for R. Yeah.
So do I click on the Anaconda 64-bit
Yes, you do.
and then Anaconda Navigator?
You don't need to, because I showed you that if you just go to where you found it should be either recently added, or if you go to your files, it should just be, sorry, not files, but the apps, it should show. So it should show Jupyter Notebook. Previously you would actually have to manually download Jupyter Notebook. It wasn't a default, but now it's actually default.
Alright, and then what do I type? Sorry.
For Jupyter Notebook, you would have to. Oh, you don't have to type in anything. It should already be there. Once you've downloaded the installer. Oh, has it finished installing?
Oh wait, I just clicked on Jupyter Notebook and it has a bunch of code on it.
Okay. Cool. So that means that you are. Okay. So this it should. You mean it looks something like this? Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen. I'm sorry. Here, let me present my screen.
Oh, now it says, how do you want to open this file?
Oh, what are the options?
It says keep using Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge.
Google Chrome. Use Google Chrome.
How do you download Jupyter Notepad?
Okay. So a Jupyter Notebook comes with something called Anaconda. You have to search up Anaconda on Google, and then go to right. You go to Products, Individual Edition, and scroll all the way down. Oh, so scroll here, click Download, and then click on the Anaconda installer, depending on which system you have. So download the 64-bit version. And then naturally the file will download, and then once it's finished downloading, click on that file and the installer will show up, and then the installer will continue to run. So for those of you who are done, this is how it should look like essentially. To create a new Python file, just click New, and then Python 3. And for those, so for example, right now the only option is Python 3. But if you want to code in Python, Jupyter Notebook also supports another language called R, which I've told you guys about. You can actually run. You can use RStudio from the Anaconda, or you can actually install install R for Jupyter Notebook, which is a different set of processes. But we don't really need to know that now. But the only option is Python 3. It's the only option it gives you. So just click on Python 3.
Is the PowerShell prompt thing a shell thing?
PowerShell prompt. PowerShell prompt is basically it's kind of like the command line except for Anaconda. So you can run commands.
Yeah, but you can only do Python with it, right?
Yeah, basically. And also, yeah, that's how we install packages in Python. So I showed you guys about importing packages, right? Before that, you actually have to install it into the global environment. And global environment refers to your computer essentially, or within the context of your computer. So we have so we have the the Jupyter Notebook. Before I get into how to install packages, just so basically it just says it says in, and it shows colon, comma, and then basically remember how we had this thing called this feature called run. We don't need that anymore. So we can actually type in individual lines of code. Okay. Okay. And now instead of clicking a run feature, it'll quickly just execute the code right underneath the block. So now instead of this what I like about Jupyter Notebook is it actually allows you to divide your code into executable chunks. So if you want to run only this piece of code but not this piece of code, instead of running it in one big chunk like we do in Trinket, we actually can run separate pieces of code and run them individually. One of the best features of this, in my opinion. So you can do
How do you make an untitled?
Untitled. You want to change the title?
No, like how do you make a new one?
Here. So once you get to here, you click new,
Mhm.
new, and then go under. It says Python 3. Click on
Okay.
Python 3, and then a new one will show up. So let's just name this my first Jupyter Notebook.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Do we need to download anything else?
No, it should show up. So once you have Anaconda, right? If you go to the files here, it should show all the apps that have come with it. So once you download the entire Anaconda, Jupyter Notebook, Spider, Prompt, PowerShell Prompt, and the Navigator should all show up. So I don't think you need to download anything else. This is the one download you need to do. So if you just go to start, if you go to your start and then look at your recently added, it should be there. And so if you have Mac, I don't know how to use it. Honestly, I'm kind of dumb. I don't know how to use Mac. Mac seems complicated, but Windows is the way to go. But anyways, that's besides the point. So we have we can essentially you can run code in executable chunks. Yeah.
How do you run something?
Yeah. So here you have multiple options. So remember how there was like on Trinket there was like this little our screen was divided in half. We had the console, we had the text editor where we could type in stuff, and then we had like a console that we would like it would show the code, right? Now all you have to do is if you want to split your code into executable chunks and then run them individually, just click run this cell. These are all called cells. Okay? So if you want to run this particular cell, you just click this and the result will be outputted here. So let's just say if I was a string, see the same result would print out. Okay? So that's essentially what we have. Yeah?
Wait, how did you get those little thing like that little that pause like I don't know how to like that run symbol? It doesn't
Yeah,
have
that run. It doesn't show it for you guys?
no. It only shows
No.
It only shows one and then a colon and then that's it. And then after that we can type in.
Oh, because you guys didn't add more cells. So if you want to add another cell, you can actually click insert cell below,
Okay.
and then another cell will pop up. So now you have multiple cells. So this is a really convenient feature of Trinket. Jupyter Notebook, because what you can do is you can split your code into the following.
We still don't have those
You still don't?
we still don't have the run symbol.
Oh, you still don't have this?
What do
That's
we do?
fairly odd. Let's check. You can actually do Control Enter.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not know why you don't have it, but another another feature for running another way to run a cell is just doing Control Enter. As you can see, blue means it's running. Okay, and then every time you run the line of code, it shows the number of times you run. So if we do it again, so it turns blue, and it says in 7. So we've run this 7 times. If we keep running, it'll keep going on and on and on forever. But this just shows us the number of times we've run it. And this is nice because what we can do is, code takes a lot of time to run. If we wanted to run, if we wanted to designate this cell for just importing the packages, because packages take a lot of time to import sometimes. So if we want to designate this cell for only importing packages, and then this just becomes a line of code, and instead running the whole code as one chunk, you can split into multiple cells, which is nice. Okay. This also comes with some intriguing, cool features. You can copy the cell, so you can copy the code within the cell, and you can just paste it to the cell below. Just move between cells.
You can also delete cells.
Yeah, we can also delete cells. So that's what this is for, I think. Cut cell, it just deletes the cell. And this is just the run. This is the manual where you can just run it. So you can pause the program if it's taking too long. So you can. This is called a kernel. Okay. You can interrupt the kernel by pausing it. You can rerun or you restart the kernel, and then you can just run the whole notebook. So this is just to run one cell. This is to run the whole notebook. So let's just say I equals to 2. We define the variable in this chunk, and we printed I in this chunk. So you can move, again, you can move your mouse between the two by clicking on that cell. So let's just say run. Nothing happens, right? So once this code finishes running, it moves down to the next cell. Then you can click run. 2. Instead of just running the individual cells, you can just click run the entire notebook. Oh, shoot. Yeah, restart and run all cells. See, now same result happens. But when I click here, right, it says restart the kernel and then run the whole notebook. Did you see how I had like 26 or 27 times that I ran this program? Now it's become like 1 or 2 because it restarts the whole notebook. So that's essentially what this all is. Okay, and so to install packages in Python, okay, this is what we can do. You can go to PowerShell prompt, okay, and so it's like this little blinking white thing. And so within this PowerShell prompt, we can actually download the packages from our global environment. So let's just say, what is it? I think it's, okay. Sorry, this is not the right one. PowerShell prompt. Come back here. Anaconda PowerShell prompt. Okay. So it'll say C /user/ my name. Okay. It should say the same for your computer. Okay, so how do we install packages in Python? Yeah, it's pip. Okay. So, okay. So let's just have a list of packages in Python. So let's see some examples of a Python package. Now I want to get a list of Python packages so that I can show you guys as an example. What is an example of a good package I can use? Okay, modules. Let's look at this. Damn, I should have done my homework before I did this. Okay, so here, not this. We have a Jupyter Notebook, right? Let's just do, so this is how we download in Python. We go pip install, and let's just say we want to install Numpy from last class. Okay. So in our case, we already downloaded, Numpy is already native to Python. So we don't really need to do any sort of anything else. Let's just say we wanted to download a package called matplotlib. There's actually a graphing package, pip matplotlib. And so actually, before I get into, I'm actually gonna get into some. Before I get into machine learning, actually, I want to teach you guys the fundamentals of graphing and plotting in Python. So, like statistically speaking, you can do a lot of plotting, and then I'll show you guys how to plot using data sets. So pip install. That's the syntax of installing packages from the internet. Pip install matplotlib, which is essentially a plotting package. Okay, so I think this is also already a satisfied requirement, but that's okay. So now if we wanted to call the packet, we wanted to call the package into Python, we do that by, let's go to Jupyter Notebook. Okay, sorry, it was here. Okay, where did my project go? Here we go. Back to this project. So let's just say let's designate the cell for installing. Loading the package. Loading the module. Actually, that's proper syntax. So we go from. Sorry. We go import. We go numpy as np. Okay, so that package has been installed. Sorry, imported. Let's also import matplotlib as np. Okay, so now we can do the same stuff that we did last class using these packages. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to cover this class. Just learning how to use Anaconda and Jupyter Notebook. We will get more into how to actually use these packages to do something meaningful. So next class, we're going to be looking at how to graph stuff in Python. And then working with data sets. So some like data set manipulation we can do using pandas. Oh yeah, while we're at it, let's download pandas because this will be useful for next class. So we go back to PowerShell prompt. Remember, PowerShell prompt is our go-to for downloading packages in Python. So go to Anaconda PowerShell prompt. You go pip install. We want to install a package called Pandas, which is essentially a data. You can actually process data from Excel sheets that aren't found in Python. So let's say that we don't really want to create a data frame in Python, but rather we want to import it from a package in our files. So we can work with files in Python, and that's what Pandas is for. So Pandas is also apparently also native, so we can import. Oh, that's probably why. Because I think long ago I also installed these packages, so it's already native to my computer. But for you guys, it'll probably download. Okay, import pandas as PD. Remember, we yeah. Does somebody have any questions? Oh, I thought I heard somebody. Okay. And then the same result will happen. And so I'm not going to show you guys how to use these packages. I just want to show you that you can download them, and we'll demonstrate the usefulness of such packages in Python because they allow us to do more than what Python already Python delivers us. And then finally, we can actually download a package called Keras. Sorry, before we do that, let's download a package called TensorFlow. And remember, once this package is downloaded, once we do this PowerShell prompt installation, it'll remain in your computer forever, even after you delete Jupyter Notebook. These packages will remain native to your computer. So let's just install quickly a machine learning package that will be important for you guys. It's called TensorFlow. It's one of the most popular machine learning packages in Python. Oh shoot, pip install. Not the S. Okay. to do this, and it's downloading. It'll show the approximate wait time, as you can see. So this is a pretty big package, so it'll take some time. It's 342 megabytes, which is a lot to process, I guess. It's a lot of it's a large package, so you guys should download TensorFlow. And then once we download TensorFlow, we're going to download another package called Keras, which is also another package useful for Python. So while we're downloading, does anybody have any questions about machine learning or data science in general? Or anything about like data frames, anything at all? Okay, I take that as a no. So does anybody have any questions about how to use Jupyter Notebook?
Well, do you know why it's not saying like the run individually for each cell?
Oh, you're asking me wait,
Yeah.
what are you asking me again? You said why?
You said like the run feature next to the cell. And you click on that.
What about the run feature?
Do you know why it's
You're asking
not
why
there?
they have that?
I'm asking, do you know why it's not there for some people like me?
I honestly have no clue. Did you, by accident, did you download the 32-bit version?
No, I didn't.
Maybe?
No.
Okay, so I actually don't know why, but overall, I'll look into it. But overall, the functionality should be the same. It shouldn't be any different. Just do Control Enter, and you guys can add multiple cells, right? So I mean, it works for me. So you guys can probably do it yourself.
All right.
I just don't know why, but I'm sorry. It would be convenient if you could just have a run feature right next to it. But obviously, we can't have that. So let's wait for this package to be done installing.
After,
Okay, so yes.
excuse me, after
Yes?
it downloaded TensorFlow, it's now downloading like other stuff, like a lot of
Yeah,
other
don't
stuff.
worry, don't worry. It does that. It does it as part of the package. TensorFlow is actually a package within a package. So there's actually multiple sub packages within TensorFlow. TensorFlow is a very large package. That is why it's like almost half a gigabyte. Because there's a lot within that package. So don't be concerned if a lot of other other stuff is downloading, okay? So it's all natural. It's just this is a big package, so this package contains
Okay, now it's
yeah.
saying and now it's saying that there's an error. Could not install packages due to environment error.
Oh, do you have any maybe you're not I think you might not be connected to the I
Internet?
think the only reason that happens I don't get that. I mean, you guys can see my screen, right? Everything is normal.
Yeah, mine is shown up in like red and it says error.
Yeah, okay. But I don't know why. Since I can't see your screen, I don't know why the error is happening. So what you could do is, I know people are having some problems. For those of you guys who are having problems, could you please take a screenshot and like DM me on Discord so that I can probably approach it with a case by case analysis because I can't really do much because we only have a limited time left. Okay, so the last thing we need to do, yeah,
Yeah, I have a question. You can finish first.
okay. No, I just wanted to let you guys know you also should download Keras. Uh, is this even done yet?
Wait, so can I ask my question now?
You may, yes.
Okay, so is it mandatory to get TensorFlow because my computer is out of storage?
I mean, we're not gonna need TensorFlow until maybe next week because I want to get to some stuff before that.
Okay,
So
so then
if you
until
could
then I
come
can
up with a solution, because TensorFlow is very essential to the machine learning aspect of Python. So if you could have it, that'd be great. But of course, not forcing you to do anything, but
yeah, so
you
I
could
have
maybe,
until like next week to free up my
yeah,
screen,
you still have
right?
time. I'm not expecting you to do it like by tomorrow or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No problem. Okay, so that's the last thing we need to do is install pip Keras. Another package we need to do. Oh, why is it doing this? It was working a second ago.
Why don't you need to do pip install cares instead of install pip cares?
Yeah, thank you for that. You caught me off guard. Pip install Keras, you're right. Oh my goodness. Can be so annoying sometimes. So you see it says connecting to kernel, right? Yeah, you gotta make sure your kernel is connected because this is actually is actually depending on your internet connection. So you gotta make sure that your kernel is connected for your code to be able to run. So back to PowerShell prompt. The last thing we need you guys to do is pip install Keras. That's it. It's the last package I need from you guys. It's actually a relatively small package, so shouldn't take you guys too long. It's only 36 kilobytes. So yeah, so that basically concludes all I wanted to show you guys. I mean, as you can see, downloading took a large chunk of time. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to just DM or you can. I'm probably by next week I'm gonna create like a help request form. So if you guys need if you need help on a specific issue, you guys could just send me a picture or something, and I can probably get back to you guys one by one. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to discuss for this class. Does anybody else have any questions about how to download Anaconda or what packages we need to install?
I don't think I actually can install it for me
For the
because of my
packages?
laptop. No, I mean, I can't get the Anaconda Navigator.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well,
could try it on a different computer.
yeah, that'd be great because I can because after this unit we actually will be going into some.
I forgot the last thing again. The last thing you said we needed to download was what again? I forgot.
Yeah. If you guys want to write this down, I wanted you guys to download specifically Pandas. I want you guys to download Pandas, Keras, and TensorFlow. Those are the
And
important ones.
okay, cool.
Pandas, Keras, and TensorFlow. You guys will hear about that a lot from me, but those are the main packages that we need to